another video. So in today's video, it's more of a holiday season Christmas festival vibe. I got two of those words wrong. If you guys saw it, I apologize. But for today's look, I basically winged it. I hope that you guys are enjoying what you're seeing as I'm talking to you guys and trying to connect to you guys. If you guys are, make sure to share the video, subscribe or like. But anyways, I really want to jump straight into this tutorial. I've shortened it as much as I possibly can so that I don't take up too much of your time. I filmed the right side of my face. Well, to me, the right side of my face, and on the left side of the face, I've done that off screen just to cut things short and show you guys what you need to do for both sides of your face regardless. So in this video, I've done my eyes and my lips, but my face is off camera, my brows are off camera, only because later on I want to redo videos to do with my brows and my face, if that makes sense, guys. But I hope that you guys enjoy the tutorial. If you do, make sure to do what I said in the beginning because I'm about to repeat myself. And I'll see you guys in the next segment. I hope you enjoy. Bye. Alright, so the first palette that I'm going to want to go in with for this holiday look is my Urban Decay Full Spectrum palette. Now this one has a variety of colors and that's why I love it so much. It's the first really colorful palette that I did actually purchase, so I thought why not try using this one today, because I know that James Charles, like, his Morph eyeshadow collab palette has actually been popping off a lot, so I might try and get on my colorful side. And from this palette, what we're going to take is the shade Calavera, which is the yellow one. But the brush that I'm going to want to take today is my Morph brush, and these are not numbered, so I don't know. I keep using brushes that aren't numbered for you guys, and I really do apologize, but I'm going to move on anyways. So I'm going to take this and apply it to the outer areas of my eye, and then drag that in towards the nasal area of the nose. And as I always do, drag that product right to the end of the tail of your brow and just give it a nice blend. Now for this look, I'm going to show you my right eye, and I'm going to do my left eye off screen. So I will skip the parts where I'm doing my left eye. Well, to me, on my side of the camera, I'm going to be doing my left eye, and for you guys, I'll be doing my right eye, just so that this video is cut short, because I will be taking a lot of time doing a lot of artiste stuff with eyeliners. So I'm going to just show you one side of my face, and then the end product I'll title together by showing you both. So I'm going to just quickly move on from the Calavera shade from my right eye, and then go ahead and do my left eye. The next one that I want to go in with is my new Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. The shade that I want to take from my Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette is the Saffron shade, which is her red shade down the bottom row. So what I'm going to do is just go underneath the Calavera shade and just slowly blend that outwards in a half moon motion. And what I want to do is I want to darken this color and then blend it out afterwards, only because if I blend it out with the same brush actually has more product on it and will just make it look like a huge clump of eyeshadow. And then to blend this color out, the brush that I'm going to be taking, and it's my favorite blending brush at the moment, is my Sigma tape blending brush in the number E35. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lightly, circularly blend that color into the yellow so that it creates kind of like an orange. So the next shade that I'm going to be taking is the 100 shade up the top row, right in the center. Now what this color will do is give it a darker depth in underneath the red. It is a darker green and it is close to a tinsel color of a Christmas tree, so that's why I'm going ahead with that color. The brush that I'm going to be taking is my favorite Morph Dome brush, and this has the black tip. What these dome brushes are good for is basically articulately putting colors and darkening it on either the corners of your eyes or the inner corners of your eyes, or both. Or you can use it to outline the line when you first start with an eyeshadow. So I'm going to go ahead and use the 100 shade and just show you guys what I'm going to be doing on the right side to the left side. Or on the left side to the right side. What I'm going to do is apply the color harshly to the inner and outer corners of my eye, and then just blend that color outwards. Now I want to leave the center of my eye clean with nothing on it whatsoever, and then just go ahead and move on to the next color. But that is the step for this eye, which is harshly applying with a dome brush to the inner and outer corners of your eye, the dark 100 color from the Urban Decay palette, blending that out and then moving on to the next step. So I'm gonna finish doing that to the left eye, and then I'll be right back with you guys again. Now what I'm gonna do is, after I've finished blending that out with the Sigma tape blending brush, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my more small flat-headed concealer brush, and I'm gonna be taking the Born This Way concealer by Too Faced, and what I'm gonna do is shake it up a bit and create a halo on my right eye for you guys, and then repeat the same step to the left. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to lightly create a halo on my right eye, taking the concealer right to the top of my eye, and then I'm going to create a half, kind of like a half, or a slightly curved line to resemble the halo. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, I did a little bit extra. What I did is I took my more dome-headed brush, which I've showed you in the previous part, and I've taken the 100 color, which is the last shade that we used before the halo line. And what I've done is I've horizontally applied and blended out as much as I could the 100 shade diagonally on both sides of my eye. Almost poked myself in the eye just then. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take the same palette, which is Urban Decay, and I'm gonna take the main shade, which is down the bottom row, right in the center as well, and that is the green shade. Only because I want to make the green on the eyes that was from, I think it was 100, a little bit lighter and greener. So I'm just going to apply this color right to the same color that we did the 100, and then move on to the next. Alright, so the next shade that I'm going to want to go in with, which is just to tie the whole look together, because there is a tinge of red on my eyes. There was a whole bunch before, but I'm going to go back in with the saffron shade by the Huda Beauty palette in the Desert one, the Desert Dusk palette, and I'm gonna just apply that lightly to the inner parts of my eye, not the entire part of the halo, but just where the green basically stops. Moving on to the next step, what I'm going to want to do next is give my little flat tip morph brush, the one that I used to create the whole halo, a bit of a clean so there's no concealer on there at all. And what I'm going to take instead is I'm going to take a bit of glitter glue by Too Faced as well, put a plop on, I'm telling them between my eyelid or my palm or my hand. But I'm going to put it on my hand and then lightly dab the brush into the product and then apply just a tiny bit right to the concealer that is empty on my eye. For example, I will show you. So starting right at the top, I'm going to want to drag that product down and then turn my brush straight on and then just blend that product out so that that concealer gets all the glue that it needs to get for the next part of the makeup look. So the next step that I'm going to move on to, right after applying the glitter glue to my concealer, I'm going to take the Nefertiti shade in the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to also dip my 195 brush by MAC into that shade just so that it gives my eye, or the center of my eye, a bit of a pop. So for the next step for the liner, after doing that last step, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my NYX liquid white liner, give that a bit of a shake as well because I haven't used this one in a while, and then I'm over the halo line where this officially stops the last color. I'm going to create a thin line, hopefully it sticks to a thin line, just to really pull that together. So like I said, what I'm going to do for this next part is I'm going to take my BYS glitter pot, and this is in the large silver glitter pot, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pair of tweezers and lightly apply small specks of that glitter to the eye. So I'll demonstrate a few of them for you and then move on to my left eye. So what I'm going to do is lightly dab the Too Faced glitter glue over my eye, wherever, doesn't really matter. Blend it in with my 195 brush that I use for the Nefertiti shade. And basically pick up little parts of the glitter and stick it to my eye like so. For today's mascara and today's lashes, the products that I'm going to be using is one, which is my Hourglass Caution Mascara. And the next thing that I'm going to be using for my lashes is custom made lashes by me, but using the Magnify eyelashes, which I purchased off a website that does not sell them anymore. Okay, so I just finished doing my face. The only thing that I couldn't get rid of, but it doesn't really matter anyways, is the green underneath my eyes. So I tried to cover it up with concealer, but unfortunately that didn't work either. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be taking the Urban Decay Full Spectrum palette again. What I'm going to be using is the is the shade 100, or I think it's just called 100. I'm going to take that and then I'm going to take a little bit of Mean and just blend that underneath my eye with the Morph Domed brush, just so that the green doesn't look so weird, because I would use red, but I kind of like the idea of the green underneath my eyes more. Just finished doing underneath my eyes with the shadow and the mascara. I've already applied the product to the brush. So the brush that I'm going to be taking is my MAC 219 brush and the 24-Hour Superstay Brow Pomade in the color Whiteout. Now that is by Kat Von D and the brush is by MAC. What I'm going to do is I'm going to outline little stencils of baubles underneath my eyes. I'm going to create the best sculpture that I possibly can and move on to my lips, highlight, and then setting everything together and ending this video. Doing the art underneath my eyes. I don't know if you guys can see that. But they're basically just little baubles that I've colored in with eyeshadow and just outlined with eyeliner. Now the next thing that I've done is I've gone in with my all-nighter pollution spray, set my whole face, and the next thing that I'm going to be doing now is taking my Napoleon Potus lipsticks gloss, I'm not sure. The first one is in the shade Nude and Rune, and the next shade after that is the Catwalk Nicole. So I'm going to apply these to my lips, come back to the video, finish this off, and then I'm going to go. Final look. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. I'll give you guys a little bit of a look. Just so that you guys have a fair idea of what you're doing. But I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. I hope that it was short enough and detailed enough. If you guys like the video, like, subscribe, and share. And I'll be sure to see you guys in my next video. I'm so happy and appreciative if you guys watched it all the way to the end. And I can't wait to film what I have next for you guys. Bye!